People over 50 control over 60% of Australia's wealth, yet only 15% of creators are over 40 years old.
That signals a huge gap in the market. So today we're going to be interviewing one of our favourite creators who's bridging that gap.
Toni was a part of our second Creators Club cohort, and we've had the pleasure of getting to know her as a person and a creator over the last 6 months. So let's throw it over to you. How are you feeling, Toni?
I'm feeling great. This is so exciting for me to be here.
Same here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming in. Can't wait to dive in. Okay, so I think we should all start off with the win of the week. I'm happy to go first. My win of the week is Taz and I recently went to a speaking conference and I just found it so insightful and I really, really enjoyed it.
One takeaway that you learned from there?
One takeaway that I learnt from the speaking conference is just to sit comfortably in pauses.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
My win of the week would be yesterday we had a really hard conversation with a brand partner. We've been building a relationship for 5 years now, but it was a great conversation and it's led to better things. So sometimes having that difficult chat feels hard, but we got a good outcome.
That's fantastic. And my win of the week is I have just been accepted into a digital content course with Flinders University for a 12-month course.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to be building up my skills and knowledge.
Oh, wow.
That's absolutely incredible. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Going back to uni.
Going back to uni. It is an online course, which makes it easier. But yeah, I'm going back to uni.
Have you been to uni before?
Yes.
Cool. What did you study the first time?
Leadership. So
Great.
graduate certificate in leadership and social work as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, speaking of your life before the 30-day challenge, give us a little insight into what did your life look like before the 30-day challenge, specifically around content? Were you creating content? If you were you consistent? What did life look like for you?
Yeah, so life probably looked chaotic for me. I was creating content. I have a TikTok channel with my sister who lives in the UK. So it was something that we started 4 years ago. We both had weight loss surgery and we wanted to document that journey. And I would say I fell in love with creating content, and I absolutely feel at ease doing that. But the imposter syndrome was there. I was never good enough. I was putting content up and being the biggest critic of that content. I was having fun, even though I was playing with some of those monkeys in my mind around, what are you doing? This is ridiculous. But I was having fun, I was learning, but I just knew that this is where I wanted to be, but I just didn't know how to do it.
Great. So did you the first piece of content, or one of the first, would it have been about your weight loss surgery, or were you just posting? Oh, so it was about weight loss. Wow, straight away.
The very first piece of content that I posted and then Lindsay posted was, we've just had surgery.
Wow.
And this is that. And it was like a week out. It was a week out from having it, showing photographs of us like in our active wear. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. Something that I really admire about you and what sounds like your creator journey before, but also has continued on, is your ability to be vulnerable with your audience, because you were straight from the get-go. And that's very admirable, because I think there are a lot of creators online who aren't super authentic or vulnerable online, but I think there's so much to gain as a viewer from watching someone else experience life.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of my core values, is authenticity. And if I wasn't authentic online, then I wouldn't be true to myself. So I don't want to create content that doesn't resonate with me. And if somebody met me in the street, they would know that they were meeting that same person. So the vulnerability part was really important, particularly for weight loss, and working it through. I actually didn't tell anybody in the real world that I was going for this surgery, but I told strangers on TikTok.
That actually sounds like a bit of us. I feel like we started our account, didn't tell anyone we were seeing each other, but we're happy to tell the whole world.
Absolutely. So obviously my nearest and dearest knew, but my friends didn't know. And I suppose putting it onto TikTok and getting the confidence there then gave me the confidence in the real world to go, you know what? Doesn't matter. These are my choices, my decisions. I value your input. However, I'm moving on. So so it was really good. So that's how we started.
Wow. That's cool. I didn't actually know that about your journey.
Yeah.
So you started with weight loss, and then did you go into another form of content before Creators Club started?
Yeah. So what I started to do was I'd obviously lost the weight and I was getting a bit stale. I mean, I wasn't enjoying it as much because I had lost that weight. I'd done that change and I felt like I was just regurgitating the same type of content. One of the things that I have fallen in love with is running. So I started another lens of that TikTok to training for my first half marathon. And that sparked the fire again. And I was like, this is definitely something that I want to do and be able to document and to be able to build that community. And so I fell into Run Talk, which is such a supportive community in itself. But I really started to lean heavily into that and it became my whole personality. That then took me further away from my sister because my sister's not a runner. Yes. So how could it was just all misaligned. Yeah. We weren't I just was really unclear around how I could continue to build something that was still inclusive of my sister, but also that was able to reflect both our different lives.
Totally. So it sounds like you were dealing with kind of imposter syndrome, but also a semi-change in niche and navigating like lots of different forms of content. Yeah. Is that kind of the point where you found Creators Club and were like, okay, this is going to kind of help me navigate these difficult spaces?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was probably at a point where I knew there was a lot of stuff going on for me professionally, personally. I knew I needed to do something. Perimenopause was in full swing, which I didn't know at that time. So it was like, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do with the rest of your life? So I was really trying to figure out what to do. For me, I've always relied on, because I've been a professional, I've always relied on going to the experts and leaning into what's already there as opposed to just keep stumbling through. And you guys hit my algorithm. It was amazing. You know, I was obviously searching for something and it landed at the perfect time for me, really.
Fantastic.
It was really good.
I feel like a lot of social media is timing.
Yes.
And especially when you're a business owner on social media, it's about showing up at that time where the person is looking for a solution.
Yeah.
Which is why consistency is important.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely. And I'm a big believer in the universe as well.
We are too.
I do truly believe it was serendipity, really.
Agreed.
I love that.
Agreed.
When we first came up on, you know, your For You page and things like that, did you have any hesitations around joining Creators Club or what were you like kind of thinking at the time?
Imposters, you know, for me, it was like, you can't look at them. Like, this is Taz and Alessia who have done this work, who are younger, who are cool. And there's you as a nearly 50-year-old about to go into a world which is probably not front-facing the older demographic in my age group. And my confidence was shot. But I think the fact that it was consistent and did come up, I was like, you know what? You got to do this. There's something telling you to do it. So, so that's why I joined. But it was my own boundaries that I was putting on myself.
It's actually really courageous of you to do it because I totally agree that we don't see a lot of women over 50 or even in their 40s.
Yeah, there's a saying that you can't be what you don't see. Yeah. And so I think another props to you because you are showing up as a woman over 50 online and that will encourage, you know, other women to show up too.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Because, it's part of, you kind of took the risk on being like, hopefully what we have to say can apply.
Yes.
And thankfully it did.
Yes.
But with the 30-day challenge, I know you were working at the time. So how did you manage the workload? Because I know that's a big fear for a lot of people.
Yeah.
How did you manage it?
Look, for me, I've got adult children, so I don't have little people running around at home. So I can be quite selfish with that time. Yeah. But I did all the online work in the evenings or at weekends. Yeah. I think the accountability pods that you get put into is so good because all you just need is that one message from one of your peers in that course that you go, oh, that's right, I've got to go in and do that module. And the modules are bite size, and they're actually relevant and they speak to you, so you're not having to think, okay, what does that mean? You can actually relate it to what you're doing. And the tasks that are set out, yes, they're hard, but at the end of the task, you've actually got a product that you can use.
You got a result.
Yeah, you've got something that you can use. You're not just messing around.
Yes.
So the workload, yes, there is work, but it's definitely manageable.
Oh, that's great to know. And it's great feedback for us because we wanted to, when we were putting together the course, we wanted to make sure that we didn't ramble on in the in each module. We gave the information as quickly as we could, but as detailed.
Yeah.
And a big key for us was actually getting you guys to be on camera and not just teach theory.
Yes.
Because I would say most of this job is actually doing rather than the learning.
Yes.
So you did a fantastic job in the challenge, but was there a certain part that really clicked for you when you were in there, or was it more of an overall experience that you had?
Yeah. Look, I think the thing that clicked for me was that sense of community, which is definitely one of the goals of creating content, is to build a community.
Yeah.
And so when I went on that first Zoom call, seeing the differences of us all, not one of us is the same. We're all so different, but we're all really, really connected.
Yeah.
I think that for me was, this represents social media, because you don't know who's in your community, you don't know what their background is, who's commenting on your videos, or you just don't know the background of that person.
Exactly.
And you don't need to.
Yes.
As long as you click and get on, that's what it's about.
I heard you mention the accountability pods before,
Yes.
which also further enhances, I guess, that sense of community.
Yeah.
Do you keep in contact with anyone from the 30-day challenge or your cohort?
Absolutely. Yeah. I've got some strong connections with people that I met on the 30-day challenge, and even since moving into the graduate community, just sending those messages, and comments, and you can always guarantee you put a post up, somebody's going to like it.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad because I think, it's already so intimidating to, I guess, jump into content creation when you know that you have a community there to support you, whether that's on your posts or through the course content. It just makes the whole journey a little bit easier, I feel.
And safe.
Yes.
Safer, because you are putting yourself out there.
Agreed.
So it's good.
And that was something, again, we thought of because we have built some relationships in the industry with creator friends over 5 years now. And we realized that creators who weren't managed and who were just starting out, they actually didn't have those same opportunities to connect with fellow creators. So a key part of the 30-day challenge was actually to let you make friends with other creators, because for us, it was so validating. That first friend we made that was a creator and was like, oh, this stuff's really hard. And we're like, oh my God, we feel that too. So it's such a beautiful feeling. And I'm glad that you're in touch with some people in the community still.
Yeah.
So you were a perfect fit for the 30-day challenge because you came in with a little bit of experience. Mm-hmm. You also were open-minded enough to learn.
Yeah.
And you were open to meeting other creators and sharing what you knew as well. Who would you say is not right for the 30-day challenge?
That's a tricky one because I don't think it isn't. I don't think you can pinpoint somebody to say this is not right for you, because I do believe that the community that you create enables people to fit. So there isn't a right or wrong.
Oh,
I would
nice.
say that if you are not wanting to build that connection, or you come with some very strong biases, then maybe work through those biases before, because that's definitely not what you're not going to find a platform there to bring your biases forward. But no, I would say that it's a really, really inclusive community, and I can't pinpoint a specific type of person that's
Great.
not for.
Well, that's great for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are older like me,
Yes.
in that 50s, then absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't be put off by thinking it's just for the younger generations.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not. We actually had a few members in both cohorts that were over 50 as well. And to be honest, I really loved working with you guys because I feel like you're more courageous online than sometimes people our age, and including us too. I think there is that fear of judgment sometimes that holds people our age back. And I just saw this like bravery come from all of you and vulnerability.
Yeah.
So it was a real joy to get to see you create content through the 30 days, but also after the program too. Yes. And I guess people probably want to know about what is life like after the challenge. Was it just all momentum and then it fades away, or did you have any moments after the challenge that you look back on and you're like, wow, I'm really proud of that?
Yes, absolutely. So I think what the challenge gave me is the foundation and the building blocks that I needed to be able to build something. So did it all fade away? Absolutely not. So we're completely continuing with our content creation and being really focused on what it is that we want to do. It's a lot less chaotic. My imposter syndrome is quieting down because I'm here.
Great. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You invited me here 12 months ago. I would have gone, absolutely not. But I'm here and I'm excited. So now we're really focused. We've got some key pillars on what we want our content to be. And so it makes sense. And we have built a really gorgeous community that are consistently, we're consistently commenting. We're commenting on their videos. Right. We've really focused in, because I had many different accounts that I was just throwing spaghetti at a wall. But now we're just focusing in on the one account, and we've actually built a strategy around it.
Have you found that like focus and lock in is actually helping the performance of the account so far? Yeah.
It looks professional as well. It doesn't look like it's just two midlife women just throwing things up. So we've been able to really work on what we want the account to look like and how we want it to present itself forward. We've also started to work with some brands, which is fantastic.
Well done.
And being able to pitch and feel confident in that pitching. And just recently I've had a couple of examples where I've been able to negotiate the price,
well done.
which is something that the courses gave me the confidence to do that, and touching in and doing what do we think about this proposal?
Yes.
Getting that advice from my peers within the community has definitely helped.
That's fantastic. I think pitching is one of the biggest parts of being a creator that's kind of not talked about. There's a lot of people online making content about how to get, better lighting and algorithm hacks, but pitching really is, when it comes to monetizing, it's the key way we all make money. So we've seen a really big confidence lift from you since the start. And it's been awesome to see you have the courage to push back on terms that might not feel 100% right. Yeah. Because we do feel like sometimes brands, of course, try and get the most out of a creator. But sometimes we need to know our worth and push back and be like, look, I'm happy to do it, but maybe for this price. Do you have an example? You don't have to say figures, but maybe terms that came up for you that you were like, I'm not sure about that, and then you push back on?
Yeah, it was my first paid brand, which was fantastic. So I did the content, sent it in, and then they came back to me and wanted to whitelist.
Yes.
Whitelist.
Yeah.
Whitelist the advert, but didn't give me any terms of for how long or any cost to that. So for me, what I was able to do is just check in with the community members about, have you ever experienced this? What is whitelisting? Never knew what whitelisting was, first and foremost. And then I just got some parameters and what other people would feel comfortable with. And I was able to go back to that brand and negotiate a price around that, and also a term for the whitelisting. So it's just not never ending.
Well done. Yeah. That is a massive one. Yeah. And like, if you're watching this now, please let that be the one takeaway. I think whitelisting, boosting, paid ad spend, there's so many ways that brands talk about this term, but we really need to know as creators that we need to have limits on how long. Otherwise it's forever.
Yeah,
or it could be.
absolutely. And it's you were saying before around it's yes, get the right equipment, get the right lighting, but you've also got to build the relationship up to be able to have that conversation.
True.
Because it's not a bad thing.
No.
And so you don't want to go in being rude or hard.
Yes.
It's about building up that relationship. And again, that was a big component of the content course as well, around how to pitch appropriately and how to build those relationships.
Yeah. Did you find, because you came from a corporate workforce, did you find that you felt this was a good space for you to be in, because it actually is a little bit more professional driven than I think people assume. I think people think it's all artsy and you just do what you're passionate about, but there is a part of strategy and professionalism.
Yes. And I think that made it feel more comfortable for me. And that's probably why I've gone to the formal course to be able to go, okay, there is some world here, Toni, where you fit.
Yeah.
So let's move forward with that. It's gave me the confidence to be able to do that.
Amazing.
I have a question, because I know that you've worked with brands like Nescafe, IGA, Sinks Body.
Wow.
There's so many
Big
huge
brands.
Yeah, they're massive. So congratulations,
Thank
firstly. What would you say is like a green flag when working with these brands? Because obviously they've been great brands to work with.
Yeah.
What do you look for?
So I think for me, it's gone back to what I want to portray, who I want to be, and it's that authentic self.
Yeah.
So it's all been products that I would authentically use and they would be part of my life. And I believe in them and be able to promote, and as if I'm talking to a friend, hey, I started using this product. It's worked really well for me. So a green flag for me is when the brands reach out to you and you can have that contact with them, and you can have an email conversation, they come back, you got to be really mindful that they're busy, so not leaving them for a couple of days, making sure the communication's open and clear. So yeah.
Fantastic. How did you go about getting in touch with some of these brands? Like I look at those brands and I'm like, they're big brands. Yeah. Did you pitch out through email? Did they slide into DMs?
It's a bit of a mix.
Yeah, cool.
So one of the tips that I got was to put an email address in my bio.
Fantastic.
So a couple of the brands have reached out through an email address.
Nice.
That does open you up to scams though.
That
so
is true,
often I've got opened up an email and I've got really, really excited about a brand who's wanting to work with me, and then realizing quite quickly that no.
Yeah, that's happened to all of us.
Yeah, but no, so they've contacted me via email, or I've used one of the UGC platforms. I'm part of a couple of those and I've pitched for jobs.
Fantastic.
And also done some pitching.
I wanted to kind of touch on the UGC platforms. Are there any that you would recommend?
Yeah, so I've been using the Right Fit.
Cool.
And I've been using Clip as well. Yeah. The Right Fit for me gave me a few of those big brands. Yep. They don't have as many for over 35s jobs as for over 35s than they do for under 35s. Yep. But it's an easy platform to use.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and it's a good way to build up your skills and be able to pitch out.
Fantastic. I think you would stand out when you pitch to brands as well, because when someone's pitching, then they're over even 40.
Yes.
It would just unlock a whole new demographic and audience for that brand. Yeah. So I think if you lean into that as an advantage, which
Absolutely,
you do, like you'll see so much success there as well.
Yes. My first paragraph was, I'm a 49-year-old content creator. I'm now 50. So I'm a 50-year-old content creator.
So we love that.
that. And also like just even being able to say that you've worked with such large brands would be amazing for your portfolio as well.
Yeah.
Did you have a portfolio before the 30-day challenge?
Absolutely not. No, I did not have a portfolio. So that's something that I learned to do and I build on the challenge and then I continue to update that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so if you didn't have a portfolio before the challenge, I'm guessing, I could be wrong, that you hadn't worked with a brand before?
No brands, but I knew I wanted to do it.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
See, I thought you had worked with brands because I remember watching your content and you'd been posting and I'm like, Toni would have worked with brands before.
Nope.
Okay, so after the 30-day challenge, that's when you started working with brands. Is there a brand that you want to shout out that you really loved working with?
Yes. So I was absolutely shocked and blown away when Wellcore reached out to me.
Yes.
Because I have their products.
Oh, I love that.
And I hadn't added them into just my normal content. You know how you have your products in there.
Yeah.
So I was really surprised by that.
Yeah.
So they reached out to me and it was through my email in my bio.
Yes.
And they actually were able to talk about my content. So they'd taken the time, they'd had a look at my content. They're like, yep, absolutely, you can work with us. And when they sent the script through, so again, I was able to negotiate the price up for that one.
Yep.
And when they sent the script through, the script was all about running. It was all about getting my sub 35K, which is a goal. So I just knew that they knew who I was.
Exactly. It wasn't like a generated script. They had watched your content.
No, they'd watched my content.
I think that's a testament to you as a creator as well, to have a brand that you know, like, trust and use, but isn't on your platform, reach out to you and then understand you wholeheartedly as a creator just from the content that you've been putting out means that everything that you're putting out is aligning with who you are.
Yeah. And when that came through, I was like, yes, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do this. So then I applied for the unicorns and, you know, it just gave me that next step.
Well done. Wow. It's cool to hear that. And so since finishing the 30-day challenge, how much would you say that you've earned financially working with brands?
Yeah. So these are side hustles.
Yes,
so because I'm still working full time.
Yes.
I've earned around $2,000.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's like, I feel like it's in probably 6-7 months. Potentially. Since the course. And like you said, it's a side hustle too.
It's a side hustle, so it's just sitting there at the side,
And for people to get a bit of context, I guess we haven't even mentioned what platform you're on yet.
Yes.
You post on Instagram and TikTok, anywhere else?
Yes, Facebook.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Cool. And is your biggest platform TikTok?
Yes.
Great. I feel like this is hopefully inspiring for people listening because when I was starting out, I thought to earn $1,000, I'd need to have 100,000 followers or more, maybe 1 million followers. So it's really cool to hear that. Did you get mostly UGC type deals, or are you getting content that you're posting on your personal page, or is it a mix of both?
It's actually a mix of both.
Great.
And the content for my personal brand is where I'm more comfortable.
Yep.
So I'll do the UGC and absolutely will continue to do that. But I just love bringing products into my everyday and actually making it relatable to what I do.
Fantastic.
It just feels better.
That's amazing. I actually think a lot of creators came in unsure if they want to do UGC or be an influencer. And I think you can do both.
Absolutely.
Because UGC has this whole other realm of earning opportunities that you can do as you're refining your skill set of becoming an influencer with a big following. So I definitely think there's a space for both and you've tapped into that. So very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
I have to ask, your journey has already been so inspiring and I know for a fact that it will continue to be. Do you have any advice for creators who are just starting out?
And maybe like people in that over 40s, 50 demographic as well.
Yes.
Specifically.
Absolutely. So I think my biggest advice would be is to keep it real. Don't pretend to be somebody else, or don't pretend to have a life that you don't have. I do think that getting used to talking on camera is key and vital. One of the things that I've started doing is using the stories component on TikTok, and just brought a different strategy in from the posting. And then that just builds your confidence up in talking to camera. And after 24 hours, it's gone. So don't worry about it.
True.
Just leave it there, because after 24 hours, it's disappeared. But yeah, I think particularly for over 40s and women, I know that there's over 40 men, but talking about over 40 women, that leaning into what's our next chapter is definitely something that I think is needed. I didn't even know what perimenopause was for such a long time. And at one point I was like, I am just going a bit crazy here. Actually, no, you're just in. And this was in my 40s. You know, this was probably late 30s, mid 40s. So for a 30-year-old to be able to look in to a 40-year-old talking about that, they're building up their knowledge as well and getting
100%.
themselves prepared for that. Perimenopause is everything. It's not just your hormones, it's your skin, it's your hair, it's your confidence, it's your style.
Wow.
It's like your decision making, your relationships, it's everything. So I think for women who are over 40 who are thinking about what could I possibly give to a content, yourself.
Yeah. Wow.
And what you're doing is absolutely worthy, and we should be seeing more of those women out there.
Oh, that was actually really inspiring, because it's the message is it's just be you.
Just be you.
Literally. Like everyone has so much to give.
Yes.
And we find that there is that hesitation for a lot of creators being like, who cares? Who wants to listen to me? And it's like, we all do.
We all do. And real life is not everyone's cup of tea.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
and you're going to get that. But you are going to reach the people that you need to reach.
Agreed.
And you're going to build a community that is going to want to be there.
Interestingly as well is like creators over the age of 50 are seen more trustworthy within the industry. So consumers are likely to purchase from them. Yeah. And I think like that is still a largely missed opportunity for brands.
Massive.
So I think like when you're showing up online and you are creating content for these brands, you essentially have more trust than the average creator.
And can I just say, not only do you guys have more trust, you have better conversion.
Correct.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of data on, well, trust and conversion probably go hand in hand, right? If you trust someone, you're more likely to spend money with them.
Yeah.
So not only are brands missing out on the trust piece, they're missing out on a lot of money working with creators that are over 50. I read the other day there's a massive percentage of people, obviously, over the age of 50 on social media using it. But I do think there's that misconception of, oh, it's for kids.
Yeah.
For a long time, it was every time you mentioned TikTok, oh, I'm too old for that platform.
Yes.
And I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Now everyone's on every platform, but there is that gap of where is representation of people like me.
Yes.
Only 10 to 15% of influencers are over 40.
Right.
So you are filling this massive needed gap in the market, and I feel like every time you come up on someone's feed, you're going to stand out, because most likely the scroll before you and the scroll after you will be someone probably 18 to 25 years old. Yeah. So that really is a superpower.
And it's an advantage. Would you say that that is your creator advantage? Do you think like, you know, obviously showing up authentically as yourself, but would you perceive your age as your advantage? Or if not, what would you?
Yeah, I would say that my age does give me an advantage because we've been there. So, you know, we've been there, we've done that. We've got the T-shirt. So I just don't think we take any bullshit.
Yes.
and I think that does come through. And definitely when we're talking about perimenopause, I mean, that's our shit. You know, this is you're coming into our world.
Yes.
Come on, come here. You're coming here to listen to me.
Yeah.
So this is what I've got to say. So I think the superpower for me as a content creator is experience, life experience.
Great.
And also we want to give it a go.
Yes, yes.
We just want to go out there, and who cares if we embarrass ourselves?
Oh my God. It's been so fun watching you, and also with your sister.
Oh my God.
It's so great to see that dynamic. And your sister lives overseas.
She does.
So can you just tell us a little bit about how do you have a an account together when one of you is in a different country.
Yes. So before the challenge, it was tricky and it was hard and it was chaotic. And I would wake up in the morning and go, oh, what she posted? And she would do the same, and it would look so different. So different that it would just look like two separate accounts.
Gotcha.
And these two ladies had just got the same login.
Yeah.
But that was who we were.
Yeah.
And we both had two, yes, we were going on a weight loss journey, but we both had two different journeys. My sister doesn't do exercise and doesn't do running.
Yes.
Whereas that's where I was taking my journey into. So it was either you go away from each other and do your own accounts, which is something that I didn't want to do because I truly love my sister, or you actually bring it back together and take some control over it. So
Fantastic.
I took control over it after the challenge.
Yep.
And so Lindsay, my sister, will send me her videos.
Yep.
And then I'll edit them and upload
Well
them.
done.
What I do get though is that's going to lose the personal connection for Lindsay, and I don't want that either because I want Lindsay to be able to experience what I'm experiencing. Because at this moment she's just talent, so she's just sending me her videos.
Yeah, she's showing up, doing her videos, sending it.
Doesn't need to do anything. But these last couple of weeks with her being here, she's really loved that experience as well. So that's where we're going to use the stories component completely different to the post. So the posting will still be managed by myself. But I've said to Lindsay, go for it. If you want to go up there and you want to say something, just say it. Don't think about it. Just put it up there. So she is really excited about doing that.
I love that.
I feel like every creator needs a way of being themselves without caring about performance, without caring about brand.
Yeah, that's
just like an authentic way to show up.
Yeah.
And stories is a fantastic way of doing that. Great thinking. And you were saying you're getting quite good views on the stories too on TikTok.
Yeah, we are. And we're getting views from people who don't follow us.
Great.
So that is coming up. So
fantastic. And you guys do a lot of different content. I've been seeing heaps of your running stuff, probably because I interact with that the most, because I also love running.
Yeah.
So moving into the future, do you want to start doing running with brands? Is that something you'd like to do?
I have been manifesting for a good 12 months to work with Nike.
Yes. Come on, Nike.
Why not aim for gold?
100%.
So after watching all the content on the Nike After Dark in Sydney, I was determined. I was like, that's it. That's the race I want to do. So for us, I've been tagging Nike. I use Nike Run Club.
Yes.
You know, I do all the fun stuff.
Great.
So yes, that is, I'm manifesting hard to be a Nike ambassador.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Yes, and they've just announced this year's After Dark in Sydney. So
nice. I had some friends who ran in that last year and they loved it.
Yeah, I'm so excited about it.
Especially because it's all women, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's definitely catered for women. I think men can run, but I think it's about reclaiming the night.
Yes, like feeling safe to run at night.
Yeah.
And to be honest, that just fits into everything. I feel like you're a perfect alignment for that. So we're going to start manifesting that for you as well.
Thank you. And it did come up on my For You page yesterday, Nike Australia. They've just started their own account.
Amazing.
Yes.
Great.
So straight away I was tagging them. I was like, this has to be a sign.
Yes.
It has to be a sign. Kath Ebbs put a video up and I'm like, yes, it's a sign.
Amazing.
It's all going that way.
So outside of, manifesting this dream collaboration with Nike, what is your strategy for 2026 and moving forward with your account? Like, where are you wanting to take this year?
Yeah, are you wanting to earn, like, is a major goal to earn money? Is a major goal to build community? I mean, it can be everything, but is there something that you're really driving towards?
Yeah, so being over 50, I'm looking at that 9 to 5. What does 9 to 5 look like? What does your income look like?
Yep.
There has to be a different way. So I've been in my industry for such a long time that I'm really wanting this year to be able to see how I could do something different.
Great.
Yeah.
And shift that income coming in from content creation.
Amazing. Career pivot incoming.
A career pivot incoming.
Love.
Yeah, I do feel that's on the agenda for me.
Did we mention, I don't know if I asked, what industry are you in at the moment?
Yeah, so I'm within leadership. I'm a manager at a community services organisation that
Great.
works with children's and family.
Wow.
So it's fairly full on, and it would be a complete opposite.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
I was trying to think, like, is there
Complete
anything in your
opposite.
day-to-day that would, wow.
No,
This-
this is definitely it was my alter ego.
Yeah.
I want it to be me.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we're definitely going to support you as much as we can. Tony's still a part of the Creators Club
Yes.
community. Can I ask what actually made you stay? Because you've done the 30-day challenge.
Yeah.
So you could have just been like, okay, bye. Why?
I feel
why do
like
you
I've got
stay?
friends.
Yeah.
I do. And it can,
Yeah.
you know, you I don't want that imposter syndrome to creep back in.
Yeah.
And so I feel I'm in the right crowd.
Yeah.
I've made some gorgeous connections, and to stay connected to them is definitely something that is a priority for me.
Yeah.
And also you're putting out new content all the time
Thank
for
you.
us to learn.
Thank you.
So I know there's 3 new ones that
Yes.
I've got to read and I've got to look through. But yeah, you're keeping it updated. It's not stale. It's not just
Great.
here's one. You're giving us up to date information.
Awesome. And it was great, actually. Last time we had a group call, we asked, like, what does everyone want to learn about? And you suggested analytics.
Yes.
So we've been in the studio filming analytics deep dives. To be honest, they're some of our most in-depth content we've filmed
Yeah, cool.
so far. So we're really excited to put those out and share it with
It'll
you.
help me with my uni.
Yeah. You're going to go into uni and be like, I know all this.
Yes.
I know the answer, but
Yeah.
that's fantastic. We're excited that you're continuing the
Yeah.
creator journey and you're leveling it up.
Yes.
You're taking it more seriously. You're not like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a hobby. You're like, I want to really step into this.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the type of creator we want to help. We want to get people out of the 9-to-5 grind if that's not what they love, and take them to a place of, wow, I can be me and get paid for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And that's the graduate community, isn't it? So
Yes.
you're leveling it up.
Yep.
So you're then with other people who are also really focused and motivated.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things, and I think I did a video just talking, doing
Yep.
a talk to camera. And I was like, you know, you don't often get those hype people in your personal life. You know, there's some criticisms
Yes.
there, but you'll always have your hype people online.
Yeah.
And I was saying, and I can be your hype person. I'll
Yes.
always hype somebody up. If somebody wants to go and film something, then you're absolutely going to do it.
It's
and
the
I'm gonna love
support,
it.
the unmatched support. And
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes without the community, you are left with your feed
Yes.
and then we compare.
Absolutely.
And like even sometimes we get into those cycles.
Yes.
But then when we come back to you guys in the community and we share the wins of the week, it's like, oh, hold on, that what everyone else is doing doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I working towards?
Yeah.
So that's fantastic to hear. I'm glad that we're actually creating a community that
Yeah.
we set out to create.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're coming to the end of the segment now, so we've just got our quick fire questions
Yes.
for you. The first one up is, what is your dream brand collaboration? I know you touched a little bit on this earlier, so is it the same one?
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely want to do Nike for sure. I want to
yeah.
be. I love Riley. I love Riley
Oh,
J.
yes.
She's a Nike ambassador.
Yes.
I could be her friend.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
She's one
yeah.
of my favorites as well. So leading
I
into
thought
that.
you were going to say is she one of your friends.
No. Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
But speaking of other creators, is there a creator that you're loving at the moment?
Yeah, so I really love watching Kate's running era. She is killing it in her running, but she's also just trained as a coach. So yeah, and she's real, and yeah, she's just real. She's very authentic, and she's that go-to creator that I always go to. And there's also a couple of people in our community who I adore.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore. Alicia and Andy and
Yes.
Obi and Alex, you know,
Yeah.
and Kirsty.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Kirsty, yeah.
And Kirsty, I
Yes.
mean, you know, and they come up every day and they show up every day
Yeah.
as well. They show up for me, I show up for them, and their content is friggin' amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I love-
Absolutely. And also different.
So our next one is, do you think content is an art or entrepreneurship?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I
okay,
absolutely
yeah.
think it's both. I am not a creative person. I always say that I'm not a creative person. But I do think I do think there is some creativity there. But I think it's both.
Do you think you lean into one more than the other?
I would love to say entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But at this moment, probably being creative.
Cool.
To get there.
Do you prefer shooting on a camera or on an iPhone?
iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a camera, but even when I got one of I borrowed a gimbal.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So
Yeah.
iPhone,
It's just easier, straight to
so
editing. Yeah.
easy.
I
yeah.
agree. What is your favorite platform to post on at the moment?
TikTok.
Yes. Yeah.
I find Instagram so hard.
We do too.
Yeah, so hard. But TikTok, easy.
Fantastic. This has been a great conversation. I can't wait for everyone that's watching this to go and follow you, Toni, and your sister.
Yes.
Can you tell us where everyone can find you? Shout out. We'll also put links below.
Yeah.
But what is your @ on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok?
Yeah, so it's Our Era, Toni and Lindsay. Yeah, so
Fantastic.
different variations of that. We've just had a name change.
Yeah.
So we've linked our Instagram to Facebook. So that's sorted.
Great.
And our TikTok is Our Era.
Yeah.
Toni and Lindsay.
Amazing.
Great. We'll put it below so everyone can go and follow. But
Yeah.
we're so excited to see your journey because
Thank
it's
you.
just getting started.
I feel it is.
Yeah, you're about to head into that next chapter of your creator journey, which is trying to go from 9 to 5 to full time. And I'm so excited to support you in that journey. So
Yes.
thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thank you.
If you're watching this and you want to get involved with Creators Club, go and follow us on all social platforms. We're even on Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube now. So search up Creators Club Oz.
And if you're looking for more in-depth breakdowns on the creator economy, don't forget to join our newsletter as well.